Hi guys, this is Brian Mclaughlin with LearnToGrapple.com. What we're going to be looking at now is our shoulder jump armbar from the guard.
So I have this on my guard here. I'm going to take a different grip than my traditional armbar where I get a cross side. Just going to swim in. I'm going to get kind of like a handshake grip, just to his tricep. A lot of times this is good because he doesn't feel as threatened because so many people are used to the traditional armbar grip. Just hug right at the elbow. Next, I'm going to come right to the back of his head. I'm going to kind of push them together as I jump over the shoulder. When I jump over the shoulder, I'm going to cross my feet, making sure that the leg atop the shoulder is underneath. At this point, I actually have an armbar right here. All I have to do is crush my knees together, bury my heels, and arch my hips. I control the wrist to make sure that I hyperextend the joint. The problem with this situation is, although it's a good armbar, occasionally you're going to have some difficulty extending. If someone's got a strong joint, they can fight you a little, in which case, you just clear the head and pass over. When you pass over, bite the head, clamp and extend in the traditional way. The nice thing about this is that it comes on very quick and it's a little more disguised. Hold, jump up, clamp and extend one, pass the leg over for two. If you'd like, there is an additional submission halfway through, meaning that after I jump the shoulder, if he bends this arm very high up, I can actually begin to attack the shoulder here. Take this arm, I come across, I grab my own, it's kind of halfway between partway between my knee and my thigh, right to the outside of my leg here. My other hand, I clamp tight on his wrist. I'm going to make a prying motion. I'm going to pull them apart as I arch and extend. We actually call this the con lock. My coach Rob Kahn came up with it. He was the first person who kind of showed it to me, so that's what we call it. Come right here, shoulder jump. I have first option of extending the hips for the arm lock. He bends to defend, come to the wrist, come to my thigh, pull across, arch my hips, hit the con lock. If I don't feel like either is an option, I clamp on the head, pass over for my traditional arm bar. The most common error people will make with this arm lock is the crossing of the feet. They'll go to jump, and rather than being here, they'll jump this way. Just the problem with this is that there's not a lot of a clamp on Hassan's shoulder. Hassan can roll his shoulder in very easily. All right? He can also pull the arm out, which although that gives me triangle options, it makes my initial finish way harder. If he can duck his head out also, it's going to make my arm bar difficult. And I want to get this primary attack rather than having to follow up with a secondary. So I just make sure whenever I jump that shoulder that I'm keeping this leg on bottom. 1, 2, clamp and extend, submission 1. Shoulder lock, submission 2. Clearing the head, submission 3.
So that was our shoulder jump armbar from the guard.